Hello.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
What's up? How are you guys doing today?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Chicago. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Midwest. We dressed for the Midwest.
We did.
hear that you guys are into
code
this.
switching in a real way, and we're like, no, this is what I wear all the time.
Right.
In New York, we wear suits.
Exactly.
No, I'm kidding. Wow. Thank you so much for coming out. Yeah, in many ways. Really excited about this show. We are really excited to be in Chicago. We were both really looking forward to this. We've done LA, we've done New York, and we're like, yeah, coastal elite.
You've made it.
Exactly. But yeah, we both really love Chicago.
Oh, we love it. Have you? Well, how many times have you been here before?
I've been here a lot, actually, believe it or
Wow.
not. About me, I grew up in the church, and each year we would come to Illinois for the cross-style conference, where I would go
Shut the
door to
fuck
door and essentially try to sales pitch Christ to people. I don't totally know why that happened.
Everything I learn about your religious upbringing makes me like more scared.
Yes.
For you.
It's a little bit more dangerous each story.
Every time. Okay, so you're not new to Chicago. You like
No. I love Chicago, and I love coming and not having to sell Christ door to door.
Yes.
That part's been kind of nice. What
Oh,
about
no,
you?
actually, after we're going door to door with Bibles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe it'd be fun.
I love Chicago too. I've been here. This is like my third or fourth time here. I love it here. I feel like we're getting a sense of the city and what y'all are about. Like, y'all have a special hot dog. I love that.
Yeah.
I love a regional hot dog.
Yeah.
I love places where like people are really serious about being from there. Like, I'm really into that.
Yeah.
And then I also love kind of ghetto white people, and y'all have both of those. And so, like, that's really exciting to me. And then, like, on a serious note, I've had some, like, the best nights out of my life in Chicago.
Yeah, that's true. That's very
some
true.
footwork, some crazy footwork sets, like DJ Manny, like, just, like, otherworldly type of, like, nights out. Like, so
Yes, and the Pope. The Pope.
good. The Creole Pope. If your mother isn't texting you every day about the Creole Pope, like, what are you doing? She's
Raise
like,
your hand if you had no idea he was Creole. That's me.
wait, literally everybody but you know.
I dissociate for the rest of the night. I'm just out of commission.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a seat. I'm gonna get
too.
casual, shall we?
Me too.
Yeah. Okay. So you have been here.
I've been here.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, I have been here. We're here right now.
We're here right now. I don't know. Let's just catch up. Like, let's
Wait, so true.
forget the show. Let's just be real for a second.
So true. I mean, I feel like the biggest thing in my life right now is like we've been working so much on season 3
Yes.
of Gender's
Oh,
Viral.
yes,
It's been
we have.
so exciting.
Yeah. Thank you.
And we're so excited to like tease a little bit of that tonight. This season is so stacked. And also we're doing this fun thing where we're kind of like having these like different arcs into like exploring kind of like Allie and I's like own interests. Or whatever,
Yeah,
which is very
totally.
fun.
Like,
Yeah.
so a few episodes kind of around a similar thing. Mine is I'm having a baby in 2 months. That's really... It's mind-bending, really. It's
crazy.
And so I was like, I just want to talk to like queer parents, people who went off testosterone, got pregnant, went back on. I say I'm having a baby, and that's so annoying because my partner is like 7 months
So
pregnant.
pregnant.
She's like, my ankles are killing me, and I'm like, I'm having a baby in 2 months. She's like a plane to Chicago, just like
She's chugging Tums for like
she's
breakfast, lunch, and
literally
dinner.
the way you nailed her. Actually creepy. We have to cut that.
Yeah, and meanwhile, while Allie's thinking about that, I'm thinking about fleeing to the woods and trying to figure out how to survive
Yeah.
in a cabin
Yeah.
and just like live like amongst the woods and nature
Yeah.
and just like survive the end of the world.
They're just like
essentially.
slowly becoming more and more of a prepper before my eyes. But in a good way, in a smart way.
Yes.
Yeah.
How has baby stuff been like feeling for you? Because like you know you have like 30 minutes.
I have
you literally have 30
literally-
minutes.
Well, okay, well this is kind of funny. I don't know who here watches Dropout, but there's a show on it. Yeah. There's a show on it where you get put in all this elaborate makeup, and they were like, hey, will you do this next season of it and shoot 6 days before the baby's due? And you gotta believe I tried to make it work. But ultimately, I was like, I'm gonna be in 2 hours worth of prosthesis bird makeup, and I'm gonna get the call that Frankie is in the hospital, and I'm gonna run into the labor and delivery room like a toucan. Like, I just was like, no. So.
And the baby's gonna grow up and be like, I just have these memories of like, when I was born, there was
Fruit
a
Loops
bird.
get put on the table. He's like, ah,
Yeah, exactly.
no.
And it's like, you're fucking crazy. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's exactly what I'm trying to avoid. Yeah. So yeah, mostly that. Just trying to like plan my life around it. But are you excited? I feel like we've had some great convos with people about like, what does community look like? I mean, we all already know that we are each other's keeper. We need to build and focus on community among ourselves. The government's not going to do that for us.
Right.
But it's just kind of like crazy to have it like underlined and highlighted and like
I know.
lit on fire.
Yeah. I mean, some of the things we like talk about, I think what I like about this season, it feels very kind of like pragmatic in the sense that like we just interviewed someone who did like a survivalist course in like Mexico for like 10 days and like had to like just live off the land, like figure out how to catch fish, things like that. And the advice they gave was so pragmatic where they were just like, one thing you can do is just like carry a lighter. Like,
They
if
were
you
like
need
learning
to
Survivor style how to start a fire
and
with
they're
like husks of a coconut, and the guy was like, "Just so you know, you should probably just always
you can
carry
just
a lighter.
always have a lighter.
Like you can avoid all of this.
Yeah.
You just carry a lighter."
And I love that. And then we interviewed like a anti-capitalist like financial planner, which
was crazy.
It was amazing. It was amazing. They were explaining life insurance. 'Cause I was like, what the fuck is life insurance? And they were explaining it. And in the middle, like Allie like interrupts them. And it's like, oh my God, you're a genius. Like, it's just like, oh my God. Like, and then Allie was like, I feel reparented after that interview.
I really did.
Yeah.
I would like, just as a teaser, I feel like they were like, okay, an emergency fund. You should be saving that amount if something comes up for you, but you should also be saving a second one in case a friend needs that. And we were like,
mind blowing. Or not even, I think the bigger thing is like a friend, but their whole thing was like, or someone you don't know at all.
Yeah,
like
they
a
just
stranger.
kept I was just kind of like, I cannot keep up, but I'm enthralled. This
Yeah.
is like just really incredible, radical like work and around finance, which is so like scarcity
Heavy.
mindset for me. Like, I don't know. It was just very beautiful. It was a really cool combo.
It was
so
gorgeous.
really excited for you guys to hear season 3 coming out.
It's so good.
in 2 weeks.
In 2
early
weeks.
June. Yeah.
Get excited.
So yeah, that's exciting.
Yes. Yeah. I think this season is also great as always because like we kind of represent the like two genders in terms of like young queer people. In terms of young queer people, because there's you happily married and having a baby. And then there's me, single, feral with a gay little dog. And
My dog Clem is straight.
yeah, Clem is a straight woman.
I don't know how else to explain it.
Exactly. But no, it's great to have our different perspectives. And I think we also kind of like represent the like Gen Z millennial divide.
Yeah, that's
too,
very true.
which is great.
Yeah,
So
totally.
yeah.
That's so interesting. I know it's like I don't really like think about it except for sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, whoa, you're younger.
We're
than
almost
me.
like,
we're
should we
almost
say
like
it? 10 years apart.
10 years apart.
Yeah. Yeah. Think about
Can
that.
you believe it?
Guess who's older? Guess one. Guess
Yeah,
two. You'll literally never guess.
I'm Gen Z and I like kickflip.
I think literally the only time I feel our age difference is when like we'll be doing an interview with someone who's maybe like a little closer to your age and like they'll talk about like a movie or some kind of cultural relic and you'll be like, oh my God, I love that movie. And I'm like, yeah, I love that movie too. That movie is so good. Like, and I've never heard of that. I'm like, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I love
really?
that.
That was a movie? Oh, okay.
Exactly. Do you have any moments where it's like I'm like painfully like Gen Z? Like, do you feel that? Do you ever feel that?
No, I really don't. I'm like,
Okay.
well, you're also just like, you're in like higher ed. I like respect you. You go to Yale. I'm not like, oh my God, this TikToker. Like, yeah.
Like, yeah.
You do the whoa constantly, and that is a little difficult just for the mic.
Yeah, I feel like if anything, with our age difference, I feel like in these like live show settings, like, okay, this is gonna get really corny for a second, but I feel like I really like look up to you because I'm like, you've been doing this for like your whole career. Like you've been doing the live show thing. And sometimes during live shows, I just like sit here like in awe of you. I'm like, whoa, Allie really does this. Allie really, y'all, like Allie really does this.
Wow,
like it's amazing.
That's very sweet. I love that.
Yeah, it's amazing to see.
I love
that. I love compliments.
I love that compliment.
Yeah, but yeah.
Clearly feeling so awkward. I love that. Let's keep talking about it.
Yes. Yeah, but for me, like, you know, these shows, I get pretty nervous in like a live setting, only in the sense of like, you know, I'm like a radio producer, like we love to control everything and it's like anything can happen live. But like honestly, as we've been doing these shows, it's been getting easier and easier, which is like amazing.
Yes.
And I've also developed this like great like mantra that really helps me to like be present, which is like great.
What's the mantra?
Okay. My coochie is not sweating. It's not. It's dry. It's really dry. My coochie's not sweating. I am not nervous. I am calm. I do not need beta blockers.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what it is.
Great.
Maybe we can have like a moment, like maybe over here, if you guys want to say, my coochie is not sweating. And if you guys want to say, I am not nervous, I am calm. And then you guys want to say, I do not need beta blockers. I can have like a Jacob Collier movement. Like, you know, when he kind of gets the crowd and it's like, or whatever. So maybe we'll just like do that as like a grounding moment for us, like all together really fast. Okay, ready? My coochie's. Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yay.
Thank you, everybody.
That was beautiful.
That was so beautiful.
That was magic. That was crazy.
Should we bring our guests out
Yes.
here?
Oh, we have amazing guests
We
tonight.
have amazing guests tonight. So excited. The two of us actually were tattooed by one of them earlier today. So if I slap my knee and my face goes white, I just hit the tattoo.
A single tear.
Yeah. Okay, everyone, please welcome to the stage. Are they out here? This happened at our last live show. Yes! Come on up, Eoin and Lynzo!
Yes.
Woo! Welcome. Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much for being
no
here.
idea how happy we are that you're both here.
I'm happy it's Lynzo.
I'm happy it's Lynzo.
Yes.
No, I'm so excited to be here. I'm honored. This is fab. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Yes. We know that we did well with our like guest selection because, you know, we're coming from out of town. We don't know what the vibe is, but like every single person who's like from Chicago has seen the lineup and been like, that's right. Like that's who you should have gotten. And so I'm like, okay, amazing. We did good. We did good.
Praise. Okay, well, for those who don't know, would you guys please introduce yourself with like what you do, what you like to do, your pronouns, etc.
Sure, I'm Eoin. My pronouns are he, him. And I am a tattoo artist. That's what I do full time. Wow. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, that's all. Short and sweet.
I'm Lynzo the Heartthrob.
Yes.
Thank you. My pronouns are they, them. I'm trying to shorten my bio in my head. I do a lot. I produce events in the city. I do sex worker activism. I write. I'm a poet. I am a drag and burlesque performer. I'm a rapper. You know, with all the traveling I've done, I might be a philanthropist.
Right. Right. I know that's right.
I'm an ambassador.
Right.
Hey.
That's amazing. Okay, so this is a question we ask all our guests, and they all like jump whenever we ask them. It feels very
Too
abrupt.
hot. And you would think at a certain point we would move it lower on the list, but we insist on this being the first question.
So could you tell me? Oh wait, actually, you know what? Let's switch it up. Which gender are you? Happily married with a baby on the way, or single and feral with a gay little dog?
What's the second part of the second option?
Single, feral with a gay little dog.
Okay. I want to be married and
Oh, yeah.
with a kid.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Kid, that's like so like loose. Cat, dog, what have
Totally.
you.
Right. Totally.
But no, I'm single and feral and the with the pet. That one.
Yeah. Period. Yeah.
I idealize single and modestly feral with a pet that I can leave for weeks at a time.
A cat.
I'm there, right?
Yeah.
But lately I've been like, put up in a kitchen
Listen.
in a really nice KitchenAid Le Creuset everywhere
Stop.
kitchen.
Gorgeous tile.
And a not blood diamond ring. I'm in the Real Housewives fantasy.
Wow. Yes. You know what's crazy? Okay, so my partner and I got married at the courthouse just like in front of a DMV window. We just were like, let's make this
So
let's
beautiful.
have this baby born and have it be kind of airtight. So it wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like we are deeply in love. It was for partnership, but it wasn't like we're finally having a wedding. But you saying KitchenAid, like Creuset, everything. I'm like, you can just get that at your
Right.
wedding.
That's what
I'm leaving money on the
like,
table. I'm at the
make a
DMV
registry
getting married.
Yeah.
In front of a witness that I had to pay $20 for. 'Cause you can only bring one person, and it was too sad to pick one of our friends over the other one. So we paid $20
Behind,
for
like,
Cassandra.
bulletproof
Thanks,
glass.
girl. Yes.
Right.
Okay, great.
Amazing. Okay, well, the actual question is, could you describe your like gender identity as you embody it now, and like how you've maybe take us through the journey of how you've come to embody it?
Linzo, please take it away.
I said that I would say that to Owen in there.
Oh, funny.
No, so my gender, can you ask that question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just like how your current gender identity and your like your journey to like embodying that. Yeah.
Okay, my current gender identity is non-binary down.
Down. I feel that.
I knew at preschool off of 53rd Street in Hyde Park, right off the lake, there's a daycare. I knew when everyone else was dressed up for Halloween. This was a year my mom did not give me a costume. I don't know. She must have forgot. And my parents were very... they were like like utilizing what they could. So my mom would shop and get boys for my sister and I. And it was just because the clothes were better made, the denim and the sweaters. So I had on a dark purple like wool V-neck sweater and jeans. And this was Halloween, the second year in this preschool daycare moment. And I looked in the mirror. I looked at all the other kids. I just looked in the mirror and I said, am I a girl? Am I a boy? Shrug. I'll figure that out later. I said that to myself.
Wow.
I said, I'll figure it out later.
An icon.
Yeah. And then around 21, I wrote a non-binary manifesto when I was trying to figure out how I felt. I had two non-binary friends at the time that had expressed this language. Like they were in school. And I was like, ooh, that sounds right.
Totally.
Yeah, they, them. Yeah, like, you're not a girl. You're not a boy. Sure. And I was like, yeah. My gender identity is yeah.
Yeah.
But it feels very comfortable to wake up and just feel like Lynzo. Just feel like me. I felt like that as a child. I didn't I love the high femme of it all. I love dressing up. I love getting my hair done. I hate doing my nails. I love like the masculinity dress up of it all. Like I love a man who works. I love a dirty man at work. I love that. I love.
We
man
need
who
more of
cooks.
that. We need more of that, and less
know?
DJs. Less
Yeah.
DJs.
Yeah.
I need a man to like bring money home to the table that he built. That he built.
He built. And it must be cash on the table.
Exactly.
And that man is yourself.
Right, exactly.
What about
God
that?
damn.
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that is
No, it's so true. But I'm just like, I want someone else to do it.
right. I learned how to grill on a charcoal grill when I was 5, and then continued to learn as the evolution of grills that my parents were able to afford happened.
Oh my God, yes.
So yeah, like I can put together an electric grill, start a fire, have a great fucking time smoking a joint, watching the temperature go up on my phone.
Oh,
you know, yeah, they can
you
do
got
that.
to that point. You got to that
My
point.
dad got to that
That's
point.
beautiful.
That's his
That's
budget.
so app-based
I watched
barbecue.
him have fun watching his phone smoking a joint. But yeah, that's the type of like, my granddaddy was a beautician. Like he was wearing toupees and having a fabulous time dressing up the black women of the South Side of Chicago.
Period.
Oh.
That's
Period.
kind of masculinity I was raised around. So,
Yes.
like when I left home to go to school and masculinity was like at me, I was like, whoa, I don't understand this. So in that confusion, I found my own space, wrote my little non-binary manifesto on my notes app, and kept it pushing.
Period.
Wow. Oh my God.
Wow. You were like the most conscious 3-year-old on the planet.
I know.
Like you're like, boy, girl. Like
No, literally, I remember that day very clearly.
I think mine was like, I gotta go poopy right now.
Yeah,
Like, it's just like so.
And also kind of like mature dress, like a V-neck, purple sweater. You're
Yeah.
like full professor mode.
No,
like,
yeah, everyone else is in a
can say?
costume. And so
Totally.
was I.
Exactly. It's amazing.
Wow.
Same
Oh, and what about you?
question.
Yes.
Same question.
My journey to the gender that I am now. So I'm a trans man and a faggot, which like do go together for me. I grew up Catholic. Let's hear it for the Catholic Church.
Yeah. Everyone knew the Pope was
Tomato,
Creole,
tomato.
especially me.
And let's see, I'm 32. I didn't come out as gay until I was like 26-ish. I didn't come out as trans until I was 27, 28. So I grew up as a woman. That's how I understood it. That is my truth. But I would be in church and I was so afraid that God can hear my gay thoughts. Like, that's so horrifying. And so I would be like, I'm going to think the straightest possible thoughts right now. And it would be like this lumberjack with a beard. So I'm like kneeling in church being like, yeah, that sounds about right. But I mean, still was closeted to myself even for a while. And then when I came out as gay, the gender part had not clicked. So I was like, I guess I'm a lesbian. Like, if I'm gay, then that means that I'm a lesbian. Shout out to lesbians.
Yeah.
Let's go, lesbians. Yes.
Yeah. Spent a brief period of time there, a brief stint in lesbianism. And it's like way better than any other option.
It's
really.
kind of just
Like,
true.
it-
like,
yeah,
having
it is.
seen it all, you're just kind of like,
that's how
wow.
you know, like, sexuality is not a choice, because it's like why would I choose this? And then just learning about myself and gender. I'm part of the big pandemic egg crack. So 2020, I was like, oh my God, I think I'm transsexual. And that, yeah, I don't know. From there, I was like, I'm gonna microdose tea, and I was like, but the most you can microdose. Like, we're gonna like I want it to be like double that. And I would say maybe like 2 years ago is when I like really came to understand myself as a man, a trans man, a gay trans man. So that's where I'm at now. And now it's like full circle. There's that lumberjack in the back of my head that I was thinking about in church. So I'm an honest man, and I always have been.
A man who works.
Yay. Oh my God.
That's beautiful. And you answered this a bit already, but I'm curious. Last season we called it kind of like God spiral, because like religion just kept naturally coming
Totally.
up. And I'm just curious, like, are either of you religious now, or did you grow up religious?
So I I listened to every episode when you guys approached me to come. And
beautiful.
I was like, wow, yeah, God. Everyone's talking about God, and I love that. And I actually do have so many thoughts on it, but I'll keep it brief. But I think that so I'm a sober person, and for me that involves a lot of spirituality and higher power stuff, and then like all the culty stuff where you're doing like 12-step shit. But for me, like as a trans person, I've come to know like my own spirituality and God in a way where it's like had I been in my own, like stayed in my own self, stayed in my own will, done like I would have been closeted forever. I would have, fucking killed myself, honestly. Like it was a God shot that like I would not have allowed myself to make the decision for myself to start hormones, come out as trans, all of that. So to me, that's the presence of God. And I see that as like, as trans people, we are in active collaboration with God and nature. Like that's just the exchange that's happening. And there's divinity in every single trans person. So, I see that. in every-
Gorgeous. That's gorgeous.
That was really beautiful.
That was beautiful.
I was raised Catholic.
Oh my God, Catholic gang.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I wore those skirts well. I didn't always go to Catholic schools though, which was fab. But yeah, I would go to church. My favorite, this is not as eloquent as Owen's. My favorite thing about Mass was wearing jeans and a t-shirt on any Sunday. And before you accept the blood and bread of Christ, you're quiet for like 10 minutes or so. And then when you do go up to get there, you sit back down in your pew and you're quiet. I love quiet.
Wow.
And there was a point when I was 12, like my mom is religious. My dad is not. Like he was raised Christian maybe, but
Okay.
Yeah.
like Sunday to him was all of us having a role in making brunch together.
Aww.
And Sunday for my mom was, so are you going to come to 8:00 Mass with me?
Right.
Totally.
And I would say no and cook the bacon. But yeah, like I loved the beauty of our church. I loved the organs. I loved the Six Flags trip.
Okay. Put a pin in that because that is very important. That is very important.
I had like church envy for churches like that because we
Yes.
didn't do the Six Flags.
Yeah, we don't. What the hell is that? I don't know
Full,
about
like,
this. What is this?
Bounce house rock band. Like it was like kids Lollapalooza, and they were like, "It's church. Do you want to?"
You had
You're like
that
yes.
church had money.
That church did have money.
My
Oh,
church was boring. What the hell? We didn't go on trips. What?
They get you with the trips. I went on a missions trip, and part of the prep for it was learning how to make balloon animals so that you could attract the kids. Literally, we're just in Sri Lanka making balloon animals and being like, don't you want one of this? Bring your parents. Like, I'm like, what is going on? Like, that is a pyramid scheme.
That's insane.
Age-based pyramid scheme.
Yeah, I am not religious. Happily, I actually just made my mom cry like around Mother's Day about it, and
yeah.
more power to me. No,
Nah.
don't. She knows. She has a beautiful cross necklace that she just got, and I was complimenting it, and she was like, "Oh, I know, in your heart you're Christian. If I got you a necklace, would you wear it? Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Absolutely
That's
not. I
beautiful.
said, if you get me a heart, I'll wear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's called growing in communication.
Yes. Wait, why were the Black mothers trying it on Mother's Day? Because my mom was like, you don't want to give me a grandchild like on Mother's Day? And I was like, don't make me hurt your feelings right
No,
now
no,
because I will.
no,
I will. And then I told her, I was like, I'm not having a kid. She was like, that just ruined my Mother's Day. And I was like, well, you ruined your own Mother's Day, babe. You ruined your own.
You knew you wasn't going to get a grandkid.
No, exactly.
Like, come on now. I'm dressed like this, Diva.
No, exactly.
Come on. A cis hetero man on me. Are you kidding me? No, yeah. I did recently go to Thailand though, and I got to step into a Buddhist temple, and that was fab. I get it.
Well,
I get it down.
Speaking of the silence, like there is a lot of just like peace and meditation.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I wonder if you were
art.
responding to that.
There's figures of Black people, and I was like, they know that Black people are here.
Right.
I see it.
Right.
There's gold and red and pretty colors.
Yeah.
You have to take off your shoes. When I put my shoes back on, there was no dirt on my feet.
Yeah.
I said, this is fab.
That's stunning.
Very peaceful. Grand door, lots of stairs. Like,
That's stunning.
Totally. Wow. I just feel like I've talked to so many people that are on a similar track where they're like, the like rituals of religion from growing up are still in there. I still have like a craving for some sort of structure like that, or even just like moment for reflection. And so I'm like, yeah, a lot of people I feel like, and in the second season, a lot of people were talking about higher power. A lot of people were talking about God, like what is spirituality or nature mean to them. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, what'd you say?
shroom. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. Let's do a whole season where we're just on shrooms the whole time.
Happily.
Frankie's
I like
please.
permanently lose my mind.
Yeah,
It's your fault. I never tattoo again.
It's the worst podcast ever. We're just like, can you believe?
I'll just be like naked and giggling in the corner. Like that's my role. We got I got
You would
we-
be.
Yeah, I would
Winnie the
be.
Pooh style.
Yeah, we got tattooed today, and I didn't bring shorts, and so just in this tattoo studio, like just in my underwear, like Winnie the Pooh style for hours.
So
And
funny. The most straight-looking man ever was getting his girlfriend's name tattooed on his arm.
I was like, "What,
like-
me?
Yeah.
What?"
Obsessed. Okay, did you both kind of already know that you wanted to be doing the kind of work that you're doing now? A tough question, but
I think when I was really young, I would be drawing on myself and kind of fantasizing about being a tattooer. I was incredibly frightened about the idea of being gay, so that was kind of like low on my list of like where I would like to be, which is like, oh, that makes me sad. Like
Totally.
young Owen, like, aw. But I don't know. I kind of like stepped away from that and did illustration and art for a while. That's what I went to school for, but I didn't really have like a clear path or intention there. And but I was the artsy. So I'm a twin, and we're
Huge.
each other's only siblings. It's like super trippy as a trans person because she's allegedly cisgender, and like, but she's like my best friend, and I love her so much. And she is like if you were to take all the qualities that would make one complete person and just split them between two very incomplete people, that's like what it's like for us. So she's like very organized and was very like academically gifted. Love that for her.
we love that.
Yeah,
The two sides of the brain.
yeah, no, exactly.
Kind of, yeah, gorgeous.
And I was always like the artist kid. I think like one time my parents made like a holiday letter of like, this is what our family's up to, and it was like Aileen's gonna be like the first woman president. And it was like Owen, and then my dad's at the time he was doing some like a cartoonist, so drawings and stuff.
Wow.
These little drawings of us, and mine was like this. I was sitting on a mushroom with like a hat, like and it was like Owen is going to like I don't know what, but I guess that also tracks. And
dunking on you in the cartoon.
yeah. But I mean, honestly, I did not imagine that I would be where I am. My life is like beyond my wildest dreams as far as like the blessing and privilege of what I do professionally, and how I'm able to like really work with a majority trans client base. So I did not see myself there, and I'm very, very grateful.
That's amazing.
What about you?
Absolutely, 100%.
Oh my
I knew
God.
exactly what I wanted to do when I was a kid.
I believe
knew that
that.
I was a force of nature.
That's
Right.
amazing.
I knew that I was something to be reckoned with as a child
Wow.
because I would get in trouble for doing nothing. And I was like, well, bitch,
What if I do something?
What else can I do?
Right.
Let's do something to really get us in trouble.
Totally.
No, yeah, I knew as a kid, like, I knew I was non-binary as a kid. But there were so many moments, and I think with that question and with this one, like, I knew that I was great, and I knew that I was destined to be great, and that I have a responsibility to myself and the people around me to do the best I can do to live up to that and exceed that, artistically, lovingly, and also just like reflecting, like taking every opportunity. This was a chance to reflect. Like, this opportunity to be here with y'all was a chance to reflect, you know, and to be as humble when I need to be humble, and not humble when I don't need to be humble.
Exactly.
Huge.
So yeah, yep.
I love that. I love that.
Wow. The most like self-realized people we've like ever talked to. It's like, yes, I knew. That's amazing.
Yeah, a
That's
gorgeous
amazing.
taste of season 3.
Yeah,
Kind of
exactly.
like, okay.
No, everyone's exceeding our like wildest
Yeah.
imagination. It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
okay. Oh my God, you're a genius. But explain.
Ira, can we please cut that from the episode when it airs?
I feel like I think of like tattooing and like performing like as these very kind of like embodied and bodily practices, like things that you're just, you know, dealing with bodies. But do you guys have any like rituals or like hobbies that like keep you kind of connected to your body as trans folks?
I would say part of the ritual of connecting me to my body as a trans person is involved in my work, because I think just like so inherently as a tattooer, one, that's like an incredibly high stakes way to make art. It's on someone else forever. But it's like a really somatic practice. There's an energy exchange, you know, and so I have to be so aware of like my own body, my physicality, and my clients, you know, like, is this person, do they look or seem comfortable? Are there like cues being given to me? Am I trying to redistribute the power that I have as a tattooer back to the client so that they can advocate for themselves and ask for what they need? And honestly, that changed even in my career as a tattooer. I'll have been tattooing for 8 years soon. And I, when I transitioned and then kind of found myself as I am now, I mean, in all areas of my life, I'm like, oh no, I'm a man. That's like, but it's real. I'm like, I'm not gonna, like, I want to go up to people and be like, oh my God, girl, like, you're everything. And like I used to be a much more physical person. And it's like that, like, I've been on the receiving end of that, and it's fucking creepy. And I'm like, okay, from me, like, it would be. And I'm just like, I don't know, like, I just have to be real about that.
I've never had my hips touched more than walking through a gay bar.
Yeah.
Like, trying to get through the crowd, and everyone's just like, and you're like, what's going on? I know.
Should I leave the house? But outside of that, I, a few years ago, got into the sports of powerlifting and strongman, and that's been huge for me. Massive. Oh my God. It's just been fun. I mean, I'm an incredibly anxious person. Panic is a part of my everyday. So that is like an environment that I am able to show myself like how strong I am, and be like, check in with my body, like, how am I feeling today? So that's something outside of work that I do, but I think both work and that have me checking in with my body.
Yeah,
Amazing.
totally.
Please go ahead.
We've just talked a lot about breath work this season. A lot of people are really getting into kind of like working with their own anxiety through breathing and focusing on that, which is wild.
Recently learned, because my favorite way to do breath work is smoking a cigarette.
Yes, people said that. Yes.
It turns out you can inhale deeply without smoking a cigarette.
No,
Yes.
literally.
Someone else said this bar for bar.
Joking.
Oh, really?
Someone else
Oh my
said
God.
this bar for bar.
It's
Yes.
like, I'm like in my car and that's my time. I'm like, this is my treat time. I'm having my cigarette. I'm like, oh my God, like, I should breathe more often.
Yes.
But
if you
like,
just had a
as I'm
straw,
smoking
like a short
cigarette-
straw that you would like take a really deep breath from, you got to leave the party and
No,
go sit on
yeah,
the porch in the
literally.
cool air by yourself and breathe through
I
the
just
straw.
have like an emotional support straw with me all the time.
You could quit smoking
I have a
immediately.
straw in my purse right now.
Wait, yes.
But not for that. I got a drink and I was like, I'm gonna put this extra straw in here
Yeah.
for when I need it.
Well, now you know.
It was meant to be.
Nicotine-free straw.
Yes.
Yeah, I do a lot of movement all the time. I have always been dancing, like since I was 4. I've been dancing both professionally and academically. So I am a big fan of stretching. I'm a big fan of yoga. I fucking love laying on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some days, like especially Pride is coming up, you know. That's a lot of gigs for performers. And even if you don't have a lot of gigs, it's just high stakes, right? You want to impress people, you want to be asked back. People who may not have the time or money to see you are going to see you. So just to de-stress from all of that, if I'm having trouble getting out of bed, I will ask myself if I can get to the floor. Can you get to the floor? And I will make my way to the floor and just breathe and put on Debussy by Claire de Lune.
Yes. Debussy.
Yes.
Yes.
I love Ocean's 11. My
Yes.
shit. So I'll play that and just breathe through it. And then I start stretching automatically because my neck always fucking hurts. So
Right.
I start stretching and then I feel better. If I know I have high stakes drag to do, or if I'm like producing a party, or if I'm going to be running around the country, I try so much to like stretch for 2 hours. That's a stretch, to stretch for 2 hours, but stretching for 2 hours does so much for me. I recently got diagnosed with early osteoarthritis. Woo. But that makes sense for someone who's been dancing for as long as I have.
Totally.
So super expected. I felt it. I knew it was happening before the diagnosis. I just went so I could tell employers.
Right.
And so now, like, I have found that when I was in Thailand, a massage plus tip was $15 US. So I got a massage every day. And I was able to like come back and like lift my suitcase up 2 flights of stairs. And I felt really good. And so I realized that I know that like strengthening the muscles is helpful. So yeah, stretching. And when I was in the 4th grade, my doctor prescribed me to have to sit for 30 minutes every day and breathe. Because with my asthma, my severe asthma, I breathe in more air than I breathe out, which means over time there can be air compact in the bottom of my lungs. And my lungs will be working double as hard as every other, what are they, organs in your body, in my body. So he described that to me. The school I was going to at the time had a yoga club. So I was like 8 to 10 years old doing tree pose and breathing when I went home.
So cute.
And just like centering myself. I know I was fab kid.
Yeah.
Oh, like,
I just wanted my own little
You're
world.
like an incredible person.
right.
And on that, Owen has tattooed me, y'all.
Yes.
We've all been tattooed.
We've all been
All
tattooed.
have been tattooed.
Literally the most gentle hands ever, to the point where I realized like my other tattooers didn't give a fuck about me. I was like, whoa.
Say that.
It was a really tough realization because like this was just so gentle, like truly the best. Yeah.
Reparented.
Yes. Whole
The
season.
way my parents tattooed me was so fucked.
I'm a big fan of breathing.
Yes.
I often make the joke that I'm such a bad bitch that God was like,
Did you like that?
you know, he was like, we gotta make it hard for this person to do an involuntary thing.
Oh my God. Yes.
I finally have health insurance, so my morning and night inhaler.
Yes.
Okay, my morning and night inhaler that was $300 is $0.
Oh, that's
Hell yes.
so good.
Yeah, go get Medicare, Medicaid.
Yeah.
Go get it
Yeah.
Today.
today.
Not
Next
tonight.
time it opens.
Exactly.
Allie, I don't think I've ever asked you that question. Like, do you have any kind of like?
I think really similarly, I started doing yoga recently, or like for the last couple of years. And then also meditation, which like some of the meditation that I do is like around paying attention to the breath, because it is one of the only body functions that's like voluntary and involuntary. Like you can focus on it and control your breathing, but the second you stop forgetting about it, you don't like choke. Like your body just takes over. And so that's been really helpful for me. I feel like that kind of, everything I do, I have to be like 100 miles per hour. So I go to like 10-day long silent meditation retreats.
Right.
Which it's awesome. It's truly amazing. It's like day 4, you're like, I'm gonna go crazy. It's amazing.
You did one
You make
during
it
the
out.
election.
I did do one during the election.
Yeah.
I did do one over the election.
I was in Thailand during the election.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was,
I had a fab time.
that's so beautiful. I booked it without realizing when the election was, like a year in advance. And then when it came, I was like, oh my God, I can't get offline for 5 days right now. And my therapist was like, what are you going to do in those 5 days? Like, did you vote by mail? Good. Go meditate.
Right.
You know, and I was like, oh, you're right. Thanks, Liz.
We see you storming the Capitol. Like, crawling
I'm
up.
the QAnon shaman. I said I was at a silent meditation retreat. Honestly, everyone at a silent meditation retreat looks like the QAnon shaman. But I can't recommend it enough. It is actually very helpful. It's beautiful work. A lot of them are totally free. So yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah, Vipassana. Like when you get there, you're like, this is a cult
Sounds so much
because
like
it's
a
free.
cult.
And
Yeah.
then during one of the lectures, he's like, in every other country, they love this. In America, everyone's so suspect because they're like, why is it free? And I'm like, oh yeah, you got me. Yeah, I was thinking that the whole time until right now. Like, yeah.
Hence my question.
Yeah.
Free.
Yeah. That's great.
That's
I
amazing.
go to a music festival for 5 days out of the year with no phone
Oh.
service.
Whoa.
I won't name it because if you know, you know.
Oh.
But it's
Coachella.
fab.
I'm kidding.
You tore that. Yeah. Coachella, I meditated so much.
Totally.
Justin
Not a
Timberlake
phone
walked by,
inside
I
at
was
Coachella.
normal.
Yeah, totally.
No, yeah, I do love it. I go on scholarship. They have a scholarship for queer and trans, Black and Indigenous and people of color. So people from all around the U.S. are trying to go and experience this. We are storming the faggots.
Yeah.
They are not like, they know that we're coming. They know that this scholarship has happened for 6 years now out of their like 10 years. But it is something where like we're taking up space essentially and taking up campground.
Wow.
But yeah, they provide us with tents. They provide us with shower coins. The toilets are high powered.
Oh, what does that mean?
Yeah,
It
that
flushes
means when you
hard?
flush it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I
That's
have
cool.
to tell my friends that so that they also apply. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, it's like, no,
Don't
it
worry.
flushes,
Don't
babe.
worry, the toilet's
We're
too
not
flush.
shitting in the woods.
That's huge.
There
That's
is a
huge.
sign that says "Don't douche in the river," because people douche in the freaking river. I don't go in the river. No shade. But yeah, it feels great to like have no phone service.
Wait, I don't want to blow up your spot, but is it upstate New York?
No.
Okay, never
But
mind.
also, I don't know New York very well, so it might be.
Yeah, you're like, I get on a train and I get off of the train.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so cool though. Just to go offline. I'm like, anyone can do this. You really
Yes.
can just like let everyone in your life know, like, I'm not really going to be on my phone as much the next few days.
I didn't the
Unplug.
first year.
Yeah, it's fun to just.
My sister crashed out.
Yeah, that-
And but I did tell everyone this last year and had friends there, so no one crashed out.
There was like one woman, now we're just chatting about silent meditation, but there was one woman at my retreat who seemed like kind of the only like normal one. And when we chatted afterwards, she was like, I had to give my phone to my roommate so that she could manage my Airbnb listings. And I was like, totally. Why am I here? But it is really great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really am not talking it up. These are just the funny things about it. But it's great. What about
yeah.
you? Do you have embodied practices?
I just got back into working out in the past year, and
God.
that is like how this was such a tough winter, y'all. Like it was so fucking long, and like that's how I survived the winter. It is really embarrassing. It is Orange Theory Fitness.
I was not going to say that.
Yeah.
But it's circuit training. It's
Yeah.
like so intense.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Everyone says it's intense to the point. So it's down the street from me in New Haven. And it was everyone was like, it's so crazy. It's intense. It's like a cult. And then like, I think it just depends where you are. Like maybe it's crazy in like New York or something. But like, I find it's very chill. It's the most like body diversity I've ever seen in a gym setting. It's like all of my neighbors. Like it's the most age diversity. Like there's like one man who cubs like so often he has to be like 80 years old. It's nuts. I'm like, whoa.
He's just excited to wear a heart rate monitor because he like needs to check in on that.
No, like he's getting it. I'm like, whoa, that's so cool. So yeah, it's been great. I recommend it in the sense of like, just find what works for you, and what works for you is something that you're actually gonna do. And that was it for me. Like I just needed the consistency. And so it's been great. I do it with my roommate. It's so fucking fun. My roommate, like I just do it twice a week and I'm like, okay, I feel good. My roommate unfortunately now is like, I'm gonna run a marathon. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Oh my God.
That's kind of annoying of you, but it's fine.
Oh, a
yeah.
marathon?
Yeah, they're like, they've been training. It's crazy.
That's so sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lynzo asked if I run a marathon. No, but I did run a half marathon
How was it?
a long time ago.
Okay.
And I trained for it here in Chicago, but the half was in Tallahassee, Florida, which is very hilly. So like, this was another life because one, me as a cisgender woman, two, was there for an ex-boyfriend, and was like, I'll run I just like needed a coping thing and was running all the time.
Yeah.
Like running, you were gonna run the marathon with him?
Well, I was like, I'll visit you in Tallahassee.
Oh, whoa.
Run just normal stuff.
It's so great to visit you. I did schedule a half marathon for this time.
But I finished it.
Hell yeah. Hell yes.
Yeah, but I mean, I like circuit training is no fucking joke.
Yeah.
And I never do that. I'm like the meme of like a power lifter that's like pick up one heavy item, put it down, sit down. And you're like, yeah, that was because my friend runs circuit training classes in Little Village at Connected Fitness, and I went to one, and I was like, I'm going to shit my pants. This is like an emergency. It was like and it was also kind of concerning because I'm like, you know, I'm in my 30s now, and I'm like, I can't breathe, and maybe I shouldn't smoke cigarettes like I've been smoking them. So I need to do more of that.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like recess. Like if you have ADHD, circuit training is just recess. It's so great.
on the, like,
I'm like,
wrist.
yes, TRX. I'm just like so into it. But Owen is playing things down because they were a member of the U.S. military, aka a competitive cheerleader, growing up. I was like, what?
I cannot spend this regret.
You're a corporal?
I know. I'm like, I just got a haircut. Don't say that. No, I did competitive cheerleading in high school, 2-time state champion.
Oh, that's right.
Fame. I mean, and it's like as crazy as you see it on the shows, and it's like that was like eat, sleep, live, breathe, bleed for cheerleading.
Wow.
It did terrible things for me on a gender level because it was like, it's such a gendered sport. Like the uniforms are gendered, right?
Yeah.
And so even if I'm like feeling cunty in the uniform, I was like, like I had to, and it was just strange. And then also as far as like sexuality goes, I mean, I think, you know, in the movies Bring It On, like the trope is that there's like the gay male cheerleader, but there was no visibility for like queer women, gay women in cheerleading. And in fact, it was like, if you're gay and on a cheerleading team, like we'll fucking kill you. Oh my God. It just was not an option. And then I'm like, why was I closeted for so long?
Oh my God, totally. You were like in the machine, the gender machine.
Like lined up with a sniper on a pyramid. We're locked in.
The seniors of my junior year like would have taken me out. So
That's so fucked up. That's so fucked.
Oh my God. We're curious what, from your guys' perspective, what it's like to be trans in Chicago. Is this a fun city to be in?
I have to answer this question two ways. I was born and raised in Hyde Park. And when I did live in an apartment in Hyde Park, being me as me is very polarizing in a majority Black neighborhood, especially when, just because this is the Midwest, like no matter how cunty you are, how much fun you're having, this is a family oriented city. Like people think about their moms, they think about their kids, you know? I don't.
Yeah.
And there's just like there's a lot of like thinking for them that happens before they approach me or are violent. And then there are these beautiful pockets of both the Black and white and Latin and Hispanic communities in Chicago that are queer, and those do exist on the South and West and North Side. But yeah, I, for safety, prefer living on the North Side as an adult. But if I felt like I could, like if I felt like I could walk down the street with my trans friends, with my Black trans friends in our community, I would. Like there are pockets where it's acceptable, but even then they would have to be high femme. They would have to pass, you know, like there is this camaraderie that can happen with like people in the community, and we're always going to be neighborly and loving and put a kind foot forward. But like, yeah, like, I think right now being trans in Chicago is fab. I think there are places where you can go. There's more sapphic things happening at gay bars that I wasn't going to when I was 21. But I will go. I'll try. I'll like put myself in spaces with community. There's like things that are not on the Strip, obviously, that people can go to. There's other ways to interact with queer people outside of drag in Boys Town. There's improv. You know?
Tonight.
There we go. There we go.
There's so many like just other ways to interact with queer people that I think Chicago does offer. And so that transcendence, I would say, yes, Chicago is a fab place to be trans in Chicago.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Totally.
It is a fab place to be trans. My big challenge is leaving the house. I think that's the hardest thing about, but that's a personal problem. That's not about being trans. And on a level of being trans in Chicago, I think I move with a lot of privilege. I pass in most environments. And that just really gives me the privilege of anonymity because I'm like, you know, presenting as a man. Like I'm the white guy in Realtree at the gas station. That's kind of like the threat in the room. So day to day, it's like quieter than it's ever been because I received a lot more unwanted attention before my transition. And then now, I mean, in Chicago specifically, like it's just so community oriented. And I do feel like having spent some time living in other cities, like this, it's not blanket true, but like most people are rooting for you. That's like I want you to do well. Like you deserve to do well, and I'm rooting for you. And like I'll come support you. You've supported me, and that I really value. But I mean, I just need to leave the house more, you guys. I don't know how to answer the question because I'm like, oh my God, I trans in Chicago. I'm not like, I'm not like,
You're like,
here.
I'm in Chicago.
I think, where are we?
Oh, like I can be trans in my house.
Yeah, I am very transgender at home. That's
Yes.
but I think after the pandemic, I was gonna say low key, but honestly high key, like agoraphobic, and was just like it's been very hard for me to re-socialize. And I think because of the work that I do, it's easy for me to be chatty like with people that I know, but I am so terrified of being human in public, and I'm trying to work on that. But it's like a barrier for me to like be out there, kind of.
Totally.
Yeah, I don't take the train. I haven't taken the train since I was 19.
Really?
I like the first time I put pink in my hair, it was a crochet. You know what that is.
Yes.
It was a crochet from my head to my ass. It was neon pink, and I got followed boots. I got followed on the train. I was like on the bus, like boys would take videos before I got on the bus. And so as I became like, as I went through my 20s, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to start budgeting in Ubers, right? So like in the sense that yes, Chicago is a fab place to be in community, getting to the community
That's so real.
is a part of it as well. And there are people on the South and West sides, like, and I will just say it, my Black friends don't go to Boys Town. You know, like me doing drag in certain places, they're not coming and I don't expect them to.
Interesting. Yeah.
And when I am in their neighborhoods, I beg and plead them to come. But I also like, I don't want them to experience like the things that I've experienced. I'm very like forward facing. I'm very bright. I'm outside. I know what's coming with, like, I know what could happen even in an Uber, you know, but for them, it is like a safety. It is a little bit of a fear, and also just they don't want to experience what they have experienced.
Right.
And to that regard, I don't get on the train because I don't want to experience what I've experienced.
Yeah.
And if I have to, I will. Like, I'll do a 5-stop. I'm not rich. I can't take an Uber everywhere, but I'll do a 5-stop. I'll do my errands. I'll do like the bus neighboring a neighborhood, or if I'm like super covered up with a mask on and no cash. But yeah, like, if I think about walking in Chicago like this, there are certain neighborhoods where I'm like, well, if I want to walk around, I would have to go to this neighborhood.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like you take really good care of yourself.
Thank you.
Like you're really like that kind of thing where you're like,
Yeah.
I take Ubers and stuff like that. And I feel like that was like, I feel like that was a thing that was fundraised a lot. I don't know if you guys remember this moment where it was like, let's pay for people's Ubers who want to Uber around. And I feel like that should just be kind of like an ever-going like mutual aid pod.
So we had done that for the Chicago drag community for a brief amount of time. This one white twink who doesn't know who does drag saw 2 people who had been assaulted on the train, and they were like, this shouldn't be happening to them. We need to fundraise. And then in their comment section,
That twink, Pete Buttigieg. I'm sorry.
okay,
I'm like, whoa.
right. And then like in the comment section, he's like, if you're a drag artist, comment. And I was like, that's not how you do mutual aid. No shade. No shade.
Yeah, totally.
You know, it's just, you don't have a filter. You don't know nobody. Like if Owen decided to, I'd be like, yeah, you know who's doing what and where enough. But like this guy,
Interesting.
he didn't know anyone. So me and another Black trans person got on FaceTime. We were like, girl, he don't know nobody. So we took it upon ourselves to, for a brief amount of time, we took the money from his Venmo, split it between ours, and we're like Venmoing other people who needed Ubers. But we explained to people before we did this is not sustainable. Specifically, us 2 dark-skinned trans people doing this, not sustainable. Okay, so we expressed that. No one else has done it since. That's not shade. It's just like when you are trying to do mutual aid, when you are trying to do things for the community, it can't be just, oh my gosh, I saw this person who I care about. I need to make sure that everybody's good. It does have to have forethought. It does have to have like a team behind it and like the willingness to volunteer and put that time in, because I didn't have the willingness and neither did the other person.
Yeah.
We just had to do it so that the money was going to the correct people who do drag.
Totally.
You know?
I do feel like people really try to reinvent the wheel when they're not necessarily involved politically. Like I know a lot of people have been like, we need a fundraise for this. And you're like, there's a whole 501c3.
People are doing it.
Like
People
just
are already
plug
doing
into
it.
Existing thing. Like do one
Yes.
quick Google and see if you can plug in
If you
versus
think something, someoing already doing it.
Yeah.
Someone's already doing it
totally.
probably better than you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like
we
decades for a long time.
Yeah.
We actually tasked that twink with hitting up Uber. I said, you can email Uber. Email these 2 people at Uber. You do that work.
Wow.
And well, here we are.
Yeah. So it happened.
So,
right?
you know, and then I do see in New York, I think that like certain people, when they have the space to, or their team for certain events, when they have the time to, they do fundraise for people to get to and from. Like there's the party in Detroit that I'm producing at this moment in Detroit right now. There's a DJ who needed someone to pick her up from a place to another. Someone else of our team is doing that, you know, but yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to donate a car,
Yeah.
to carpool a
Yes.
bunch of queens around Pride, don't hit me up, but organize it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like giving you like because you ended up doing so much of the labor. So that's really interesting. I'm like, there's something like that definitely in New York. I know that Glitz does a lot of that kind of stuff.
Glitz does that,
like,
yeah.
That's very cool. I wonder if there's like a Chicago version. If you know of it, please hit the Instagram and we can
Yeah.
repost that because that's very interesting.
Yes. Can someone tell me what time it is?
Oh, I love that.
Okay. That is so great. That's perfect.
Great. We are going to move, if you guys are ready, to the Q&A portion.
I love moving.
Yeah. God, I love movement. Let's all get on the floor.
I'm so ready.
I really would. Okay, I've got a couple questions. Or do you have them?
I don't think I have them.
I definitely have them. You're stacked. You sure?
I don't think I have them.
This is fascinating. I have
Hey,
a few
Ira.
questions. No. Thank
Okay,
you.
great. We have some questions
Love
from the
you.
audience, which is really exciting.
Appreciate
but
you.
I guess just like while we wait for those questions, Lynzo, also relate so much to what you're saying because I also hear just like kind of a complicated relationship to like home, which I relate to a lot. And like I'm from the Bay Area and like
Love the Bay.
yes, love the Bay down. I'm from Oakland and dealing with like a changing city as a result of gentrification is like such a complicated thing, but then also sometimes feeling like unsafe in your own like home is such a complicated thing. And then like when Nia Wilson was killed on BART, like that, like my world, like the world like dropped beneath my feet because like my biggest fear in the world was like something happening to me on BART and then it happened to like a Black woman like my age, so I relate to that a lot. And something I love about Chicago, like a lot of y'all are from here. And I love that because in New York and LA, nobody is from there.
Yeah.
Nobody's from there. And it's actually like nuts. And I love talking to people who are like from a place and like really about it. So I appreciate y'all so much for this. Yeah. It's amazing.
There was a lady who got stabbed on the red line. And I think I was about 20. Don't clock my age. I think I was about 20, 21. And I was like, I have to go downtown to serve me doing a retail job. I have to go downtown to serve white people in the Gold Coast. And I could get stabbed.
No, it's
Oh,
sick.
babes, I was like, I'm taking the red line from this time to this time, and then I'm gonna just have to Uber or spend the night somewhere.
Right.
That was younger me, I now live in a neighborhood where I don't have to do that. But even just like that mental gymnastics, yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. I feel like there's something interesting about transplant cities with it almost feels like there's like less built-in community mindedness or something, like there's almost kind of like runaway energy to LA. And I am part of that. Like I'm from like a little agricultural town in SoCal, ran away to the big city. And that's when you get into like the problem of being like, where's the gay bar? And I'm partying in a gay bar that looks like an old church. And there's like, I'm not invested in like helping people who are experiencing homelessness. I'm not experiencing like anything that's like the actual DNA of the city.
Right.
And you're just completely unplugged.
I will start off by saying a lot of credit to the transplants that I know in my circle do their due diligence. Mm-hmm. They don't ask for the spotlight when they first get here. And if they did, they have reformed. And they have figured out to put other people's needs first, put their talents up for other people and skills up for other people to utilize and have plugged in. The other transplants, I will continue to subtweet.
Absolutely.
Know who you are.
Absolutely.
And then like Chicago, like Hyde Park 20 years ago, I could paint you a picture by like just orally telling you what it looked like versus what it looked like my last year of high school versus what it looked like 5 years ago and now. And yeah, it's ever changing. And then to cap this off, I have a thing that I call people in LA. I love LA. I love LA. Okay. After watching Real Housewives of Dubai, I was like, I love this word that they're using to describe themselves after leaving their country. Everyone in LA is an expat.
Oh, that's funny.
They're
Yeah,
expat.
totally.
And you know what? That's fab. It's an expat city. When
Yes.
when I'm there, I feel like an expat.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm in the sun.
Yeah.
Open wind. By the pool. I'm in Dubai.
Oh my God.
Hello, Dubai. You guys know the
Dubai.
Rihanna? Hello, Dubai.
Oh my.
Okay.
Well, honestly, I just want to take a second and say thank you so much for
Thank
having this
you.
conversation.
Yes.
Like, this was really beautiful. And thank you for sharing so much, everybody.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, we're hitting the Q&A.
Yes.
Are you guys ready?
Questions from the audience. Exciting.
This is specifically about the podcast. What's a topic you haven't been able to address yet that you'd really like to discuss? Also, who is your dream interview guest? I'll answer that second part. From the very first email with a list of guests on it, we wanted to talk to Tourmaline.
Yes.
And
yes.
exactly 3 years later, she responded to the
replied to an
email.
email 3 years later.
And we got to interview her a month ago.
Yes.
So, yes.
Dreams really do come true.
Deal that gets you back to the email replies. Stunning.
Yes.
So that I think would be my answer for the guest.
No, I think that's really
Is there a
right.
topic that you can think of?
I think the girls have been asking for episodes on being agender and asexual,
Oh, yeah,
and we just have
totally.
not quite delivered
Yeah,
quite
totally.
yet. So like, I'm just like, that's the feedback that we've been getting from our audience.
Yeah, a little
and,
bit
like,
more like gender and sexuality diversity, maybe.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
totally.
What about you? Do you have
I
a
agree.
topic?
Yeah, that would
Okay.
be awesome.
Yes.
Okay, moving right along. Out of the places and cities you've traveled to, which has felt most trans inclusive and or queer inclusive in general? Whoa, this is a great question.
Yeah.
And the air turned off in respect.
Yes, exactly.
In respect to trans people.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what they do for Chicago.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm from the fucking Bay, so I would just say like Oakland or
Really?
like Berkeley. Yeah, it's like just, I mean, it is so interesting. I want to make a dark comedy about queer and trans people and gentrification because I do think it's fascinating because like, you know, queer and trans folks have been a part of the fabric of the Bay Area for so long, but it's also so interesting now. Like I'm seeing like people I would see in the club, like in my neighborhood back home. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Whoa.
Like
Yeah.
seeing like white people in my neighborhood is nuts. Like it's bonkers. Like I never thought that would happen, but like the Bay is so incredibly like queer and trans friendly. Like when I lived in West Oakland, I lived down the street from like a queer and trans donut shop. Like
Whoa.
that gave like free donuts to like queer and trans folks. So like,
Oh, I remember
yeah,
this,
yes.
actually.
And then horrible system. They like would clock you to decide if you got the free donut. And like the person was like,
charge them.
that's $4.75, and just like looked at me, and I like sobbed when I got home. It was so
brutal.
fucking sad, but
Terrible.
I would
system.
say, yeah, horrible system. But I would say the Bay is so deeply like queer and trans friendly. But then there is a very interesting relationship between like I think like queer folks and gentrification, and like these cities that become safe havens for queer folks, but like at what cost? Like it's something that I'm like thinking through a lot.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, that's so interesting.
What do you guys think?
I think, well, Chicago is a great city to be queer and trans in. But I mean, I was just in New York City for work, and I was surprised at how like much safer I felt to like mess around with my presentation there, which was, I was like, oh, I didn't even realize I'd been like holding back at all. But there it's like, you're so on top of each other that like, you know, if someone has like a flare of like effeminate and they're a man, so every other fucking person on the street does too. Yeah. But like, you know, I do feel a little bit like, especially depending on where you live in the city, like if you are I don't know, you're just like, do I do this here or do I wait and do this
There's
here?
a calculation.
Ooh, interesting.
involved.
Okay.
And so, but in New York, it kind of just felt like, oh, you walk out the door and that's how you are.
That's really true. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I feel like community here is the best in the country for me.
I agree.
Rivaled with Oakland and LA just because they are expats. So they do
We love
They
Dubai.
rely on each other
We're actually
heavily.
It's
You
we're
know,
not
true.
immigrants, we're expats.
It's true.
okay? They emigrated,
Yeah.
you know. And with New York, I do feel like I can walk outside and take the train. I had like a Carrie Bradshaw moment and went from Brooklyn to Manhattan in kitten heels.
Oh my god.
Took an Uber back,
Yes.
never doing that again.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like that's enough.
Arthritis, remember? And then yeah, I feel like I would say Thailand. That's not
yeah.
in the US, but
No, totally. Any
when I
country.
went on a white man's dime,
Amazing.
That was for a friend's birthday, and he wanted to take her and a group of her friends to Thailand, first class.
Oh my god.
That's a long
Yeah.
flight.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
and I ordered Haagen-Dazs 3 times.
Yes.
There's like a sheet on the menu for Asian Airways where you can there's like one sheet in the whole menu. You can order anything as many times as you want the
my
entire
gosh.
time. I don't even eat ice cream like that, y'all. But I was like, what would my dad do?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
would I do?
I'm leaving here with something. Like I'm leaving here with something.
Babe. So at Border Patrol for Thailand, I'm now an ambassador. At Border Patrol, there is the Border Patrol sticker, the other Border Patrol sticker, and then a huge pink heart in the center that says LGBTQIA 2S+. At
No.
Border Patrol.
No.
I'm so serious. At Border Patrol in Thailand. And so for me, I would say it's trans-friendly boots. Like I got sick. It was fab. I told one of the nurses I was getting, like, "Are you pregnant?" I was like, "No, I'm gay." And they were like, "Oh my gosh, you're gay? Are your other friends gay? My sister's gay."
Oh my god.
I was like, y'all need to go see a drag show. So they were like, drag? We love drag. Yeah, I would say Thailand.
Oh
They're doing
my
drag with like
God.
motorcycles coming through the street. I have a video. I'll show you
Oh,
later.
wait, I would
Please do.
love to
Please
see
do.
that.
Yeah.
That's so. I have some trans femme friends who have gone to Thailand and had like a lot of fun there.
Oh
And
yeah,
then,
get
like, it was
married
great.
there and then invite me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I need to go to more weddings.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't have a good like answer for this, but I did feel like, speaking of all of the train like danger feeling, it is really interesting in Mexico City how they have like a women's train. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but I was there with my partner, and there's a train car that you can only ride in if you're a woman, which is also like deeply problematic. Like I'm not like this is the answer, but I'm like this is an answer. This is a step towards
Right.
the answer. But there's times a day, yeah, where it's only for women, and my partner went in there, and I was like, well, I can't not ride with her, but I was also kind of really looking at my outfit, and I was kind of like, how do I hold myself? Like I was like, can I put a barrette? Like, yeah, I think like, literally, like when they're like put something on a baby to be like, it's a girl, and it's like the faintest little touch, like that was me.
Hot pink lipstick.
Yeah, ears were pierced immediately. I was
Like a
just
brush of blush.
yeah, exactly. Just like doing a little makeup. But yeah, that's all I thought of. Okay, next
Cool.
question. Okay. What advice do you have for someone who feels like they don't fit in with others who identify as the same gender? I'm a trans woman and it's very alienating. Thank you. Yeah.
Fitting in. You know, that's not me. But I do understand wanting to connect with the people around you, and there being a social barrier there. Do you have any advice?
For what it sounds like from the writer, I would say like on a community level, like how do we take care of this person and not have trans misogyny make trans women, trans femmes feel like isolated even in their own community? Because when something like love feels like a scarce resource, sometimes you're at each other's throats for that. And I feel like, you know, we can work externally to like not make love a scarce resource for people. And then it's like, you know, if you're like, oh, I'm not like these girls, but I am like these girls, or like I want to, you know, it's not going to be so much of like these were the only people that I really thought I could be with.
Totally.
Yeah.
We were actually talking about this today about being like, I don't really have a lot of like trans guy friends in LA, and that's like interesting to me.
We talked a lot about men.
Yeah, we talked a lot about men. But it is interesting when you're kind of like looking for community to kind of mirror back to you and be like, you did it perfectly. You're just like, it's like all those like children's stories where it's like you open up a tiny creaky door and that's the whole world is just like you. You finally found it. Like you're kind of like hoping coming out will feel like that. And instead it's like pounding Lady Gaga and like Absolute Vodka sponsored Bank
Like
of America.
knowing all
like,
of the Liza Minnelli references
totally.
on a drop of a dime.
Or it's
Oh my
like
God.
it's like, babe, you're a mechanic. Like you are a lesbian. Like you don't have to be like it's like you don't have to be the whatever.
This one
version.
size fits all
Exactly.
pride version.
For that, I could say like I have a lot of hope for this person who asked this question. Finding and being in community with other non-binary people and people that just are gender expansive in their presentation and in how they feel has done wonders for my anxiety about how I'm connecting with people. Being in community, in close community with people that are people that are safe for me, that are gender expansive, that like dress however they feel, and we do bring each other that validation. When you do get there, it's going to feel so fab, and you're gonna be seen like how you have felt you've been seen, and you're gonna learn how to advocate for yourself in a validating friendship, and that is really loving for you and that person as well.
Totally.
Yes.
Totally. I feel like the kind of like surface level answer that if this is like your thing, it's like go to electronic music parties.
I was
Listen to some techno.
not to be
Find
that
the group
bitch,
of
but I'm
trans
like-
girl DJs and
like,
befriend them.
there are a million and one trans girl DJs. We've interviewed most of them.
I was gonna say like as a homebody because it does feel really isolating. But I mean like. Go out in public, don't do what I do, but you can, I love reading memoirs and of queer and trans people because I do that from the comfort of my own home. It's me and my cats. And like, I think that's like step one, and step two is going out in public. But step one is like, oh, I'm not alone. This person, like, 30, 40 years, a queer and trans person, like, went through this already or had a similar experience. Or even if it's not the same as me, I'm like, God fucking damn it. We have been dealing with this shit
Forever.
forever.
Right.
And so reading memoirs, and then or you can listen, audiobooks, but like at your own pace. And when I felt the most isolated, I'm just kind of like getting out of a little brain funk, won't lie to y'all. But I'm reading memoirs right now, and that really helps to kind of like bring me out of that.
You just finished the Lou Sullivan one.
Yeah, I got a hysterectomy in February.
Yes.
Life without a uterus is like beyond my wildest dreams. I also have endometriosis, so it's like
Totally.
without chronic disabling pain is actually insane. But right after the surgery, I read the Lou Sullivan Diaries. And so of course that was just like dagger in the heart and you twist it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was like really affirming to me to like get this surgery that like was also medically a necessity, but also like for my gender, and then reading about like Lou and like the language changing, like Lou writing about like, I hope I'm sterilized soon, and like, and then I'm like, oh, well, like, but then you're also reading about this young man that like did not have a lot of extended like trans fag community, like gay men, trans men that are gay. And so I just was like, oh my God, this was so important for me to read right now. Yeah, I mean, and then it made me feel not so alone while I was like in the healing
Totally.
process.
Wow.
Totally.
And we interviewed
We did.
the authors of his
the
new
editors,
Kyle,
actually.
the
the
Sullivan
editors.
Diaries.
Yes.
So that's a really exciting episode.
Yes. I have an inkling our time might be wrapping up.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. Could someone tell me what time it is? I feel like we have time for one more question.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see.
What does that one say?
It's a big one.
Plaid or paisley? Why?
Super valid.
Yeah, super valid. The second part is really important.
So fucking funny. Definitely plaid, obviously.
Plaid.
Okay, one last one is, do you have any tips or advice / words of wisdom for someone who is just now in their 30s exploring and coming into their queerness, specifically for their gender? XOXO, thank you.
Yes. Yeah. And also, maybe Paisley, like, are we flagging what's going on? It kind of depends.
Paisley Grace.
That's true. That's true.
I, as someone coming into, like, their trans identity specifically in my 30s, one, going through any kind of, like, hormonal puberty with a fully developed frontal lobe is horrifying. Like, should not... I mean, don't tell, like, the cis people this, but, like, should not be allowed. It's like... It's just bad. It's bad. But outside of that, it's like...
But, like, how much worse would it be with an undeveloped
right?
prefrontal?
Right?
Like,
No, like...
which is what we all did.
I know. Oh, my God. I mean, we don't have enough time to go into that. But, in my... I just, like, try and give myself patience for, like, you know, the multiple truths. Like, there's just, like, I am baby and I'm also man. Like, it's like, I am this, like...
So
small-
true. So true.
And especially because, like... I don't know, like, for me, I mentioned this earlier, but, like, I was a girl until I wasn't, and I was a woman until I wasn't. Like,
And you were
that's how
also
I
eating the
understand.
girls up as a woman, as you said.
I was intimidated by Owen back in the day. I would see them post and
Yeah.
be like, damn, they fierce.
Like, I miss her. Like, she was eating. Like, I just, you know, but turns out I had to keep living somehow. Yeah, but I just try and give myself patience for like I'm always feeling FOMO, or like it just brings me back to that like high school feeling of like everyone knows something I don't, and someone's like secretly making fun of me, and this you know, it's like you know what? How fucking spectacular is it that we get to like experience gender, sexuality, like the entire spectrum of that, wherever you land, like as an adult that can think critically, that like I would never, ever, ever in a million years want to be a man without being a transgender man. Like that, I'm like, no. I for some reason I want to date them, but I just just kidding. I mean, that's the whole thing. But like I'm grateful that I'm bringing with me the experience of whatever the fuck happened as I was growing up to my experience of manhood, because that entirely informs how I handle myself. And so I think regardless of like trans man, trans feminine, trans masculine, non-binary, like we are like oracles. We really are. Like we've experienced so much, and to get to a point where we're allowing ourselves to do the thing that we're told is forbidden, like that's so major. So just be patient with yourself and
Yes.
That's amazing advice.
Yeah.
That's so good.
I would say, I think this is such a good balance too, because you are in the house more and I'm professionally outside.
yes, this is like
This is fab. I love how Owen approaches this, because I would do that as well in the home. And I do try to just like center and give myself that grace. When you're outside of the home. And
what happens outside of the house?
diva. Outside of the home, in your 30s, and experiencing life as who you are, that was a whole lot of nothing. I would say move your hips. Really get into what just a cute two-step in your body feels like, because you are somewhere new. You are in a new space, and being able to just be the person who's outside alone on the dance floor, moving by themselves, no expectations of anyone else, no expectations of your friends, no one looking for validation because they're doing something cool on the dance floor, just you two-step enjoying the vibe. It doesn't have to be techno, but there will be people that look and feel like you at a techno rave. They also, and I'm just going to start naming places. Podlashi is a great place. I love dancing there. They have programming all the time. Smart Bar, go with friends. Leave your knife in the car. And then there's certain parties that are geared toward like sapphic or pup, kinky, like maybe if you feel so inclined to challenge yourself to go to places like that, don't have to. Again, Podlashi exists, Smoke and Mirrors exist, random parties exist where no one is there that knows you, and just enjoying music outside. There's summer's coming, park spaces, the beach, and just enjoying music by yourself. Like, I practice my drag on a walk. I walk with music in my ear. I won't name my neighborhood, but I'm outside walking down the street doing Kylie's Supernova, and I am fiercing it. And just like being in that vibe. Like, if you're a queer person who likes to go outside and read in the park. Read at the beach. I need to do. Yeah, go outside.
That's smart. That's really smart.
That's the goal. That is the goal.
Because that helps, and that could bring you community. Like, you could be outside at the park and you walk into a coffee shop and there's a book club thing poster, and those could be new friends. Like, there are so many different ways to interact with other queer and trans people that are not on the dance floor, and that can also be very validating for your gender. Like, doing things in the mirror for yourself, playing with makeup, ungendering the things in your house.
Whoa.
Like, I don't gender my clothes. I just go by, like, if I'm feeling like I need something to be loose, or if I'm feeling like I need something to be tight.
Whoa.
Like, how I dressed today was about, I wanted my tattoos to be shown that Owen has done, but I also wanted my boobs to not fall out. So that's how I was feeling. That is my gender. That is my gender representation.
Very
today,
pragmatic.
is making sure my boobs don't
Yes.
fall out. Right?
Yes.
Okay. And they haven't.
Exactly.
Round of applause. Thank you.
We did have a nip slip at a previous Gender Spiral show.
Oh my God,
Do you
yeah, we
remember?
did.
So
We did.
love that for you.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's amazing advice.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much
Yeah,
for
thank
that.
you so much.
For real.
Go.
I know. This whole episode has been all.
I know. I want to keep talking.
I know,
I
I
could
do
keep
too.
talking forever.
We should probably.
Y'all are
wrap
fab.
it
We should
up.
probably wrap things up. I think we should probably just give it up for our amazing guests.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You guys are Chicago legends. We appreciate you being here.
Legends. Everybody, please get home safe.
Yes.
Have a great
But
rest of your
first, if you want to grab one of these Gender Spiral t-shirts,
night.
we know y'all love
Merch.
camo in the Midwest. We did it just for you, okay? But yeah, for real, thank you guys all so much for coming. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
We love doing this show, and yeah, it just means the world that people would just come and hear us yap, basically.
Yeah,
so
totally,
thank you.
totally.
Thank you so much. And season 3 coming out in about a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So get excited.
So look for that.
Okay. Have a great
Thank
night,
you.
everybody. Yeah.
Gender Spiral is an original podcast from Audiation. This episode was mixed by Matt Noble. Theme music is composed by Chanel Kirchlow, remixed by Daria Lord. Additional music by Command Jasmine, courtesy of Molten Heart, with art by Joey Hahn and graphics by Michael Tyrone Delaney.
The show is executive produced by Ireland Meacham, myself, Babette Thomas, and my co-host Allie Beardsley, along with Sandy Smullins, with some additional story editing from Susie Armitage.
If you want to help us out, you can rate or review us wherever you're listening to us right now, and follow us on Instagram at Gender Spiral to get notified about new episodes.
And be sure to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/genderspiralpodcast. For $2 a month, you can listen to the entire back catalog of Gender Spiral episodes ad-free. Plus, you can get access to our Discord community. Higher tiers will get you exclusive bonus content, plus gifts from us like these cute little monthly postcards and free merch.
You can also check us out at genderspiralpod.com, where you'll find transcripts for each episode and a link to leave us a voicemail. And you can shop our merch store.
Audiation.